Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alya and I'm from English Education Class A. So in this video, I'm gonna explain all of you about my research proposal. The title is Improving English Pronunciation Through Song in SMP 27 Makassar. So, the first is introduction. In the introduction, there are the explanation. The first one is background, and the second is research question, and the third is objective of the research, and the last one is significance of the research. Okay, in background, this background, I think is language is used to communicate between one person and another. I think English language is very important and very and I think it's language universal in the world. So I quote from the expert. The statement is language is the body of the words and the system for their use in communicating that are common to the people in the same community or nation, the same geographical era and the same culture tradition. In page 40 to according to Ferdeber in the 1999. So the next is from this background, my research. One way to achieve mastery of English language to use songs. I think song is a form of language that use tone and rhythm because it is also a universal language medium. Language and music are known to have similar communicative mode. It's transmitted orally and verbally, containing phonetic, synthetic, and semantic component evolving early and as interactive social media. And then research question. The first one is there are two research questions from this research. The first one is how is the relationship between songs types and student in improving English, and the second one is how to use songs to improve English pronunciation. And then the objective of the research is the objective of this research was to find out whether listening English songs at the first graduate student improve student English pronunciation at SMPN 27 Makassar. Okay, from this objective of the research, I think in SMPN 27 Makassar, there have many students to like music from improve the pronunciation with the songs. And then the significance of the research. In the significance of the research, there are two significance. The first one is the for students, and the second one is for other researchers. For the student, researchers hope that this study will provide important information to students about the importance of songs in learning English, especially in pronunciation. And for the other researchers hope that this study will be a good reference for the future research about the psycholinguistics, especially in items of the influence of songs in English pronunciation uh, in the school or the students. Okay, from the background or this introduction in chapter 1, I quote from the expert is Murphy in 2002. The statement is based on these problems, music and songs can be the essential tools to increase the learners' motivation and decrease their anxiety. Using music and songs could change a mood or create an atmosphere. So the second is literature review. In this literature review, I'm going to explain about of you the pertinent idea from this research, the relevant research, and the theoretical of this research. Okay, this chapter 2 is literature review, the pertinent idea or this theoretical of this research. The first one is the theoretical about the language, pronunciation, the songs, teaching media in improving English pronunciation. So the first is definition from this language. This language, according to the expert, example, according to Santoso in the 1990, in page 1, language is a series, a sound produced by said means con conclusions human being. And according to Santoso, is in the 1990 in page 1, language is the body of words and the system for their use in communicating. They are common to the people of the same community or nation in the same geographical era and the same culture tradition. So, and then according to Wibowo about this language is a system or of symbols that are the meaningful and articulate sounds, and which are arbitrary and conventional, which is used and means of communicating by group of human beings give birth of feelings and truths. And then is about the pronunciation. From this definition about the pronunciation, according to the expert, example is according to Yates and Zelensky in 2009, which attention to English pronunciation indicate the pronunciation has a key role in the language English. In pronunciation, we can learn sound, stress, rhythm, intonation, and the vocabulary in the word that learn. And according to Yates, in the in 2002, as cited, and pronunciation is production of sounds that is use of making meaning. And I think this statement, when we have a good pronunciation method, then the person who receive the information, or who is talking, use will understand what we mean, based on the expert opinion above. It could be conclude that pronunciation is important to learn, because the pronunciation, there are basic things learned in pronunciation, such as sounds, emphasis, intonation, and rhythm. From these things that can make someone practice their pronunciation to be like a native speakers. And the next is the songs as a teaching media in improving English pronunciation. From the expert, according the expert is Jamalus in the 1988, in page 5. The statement is, states that songs can be said at artwork if they were sounds with the accompany of music device. So when teaching pronunciation, can use a radio and loudspeakers. In this situation, when students listen the songs, they also have the maybe uh, have to analyze how the pronunciation is spoken by the singer or radio or loudspeakers. And I think it's this uh, about this definition. Teaching media is need in process in learning process according to Briggs in Anectonesia. Teaching media is a physical form that can convey message and situate a student to learn. I think from this pertinent idea for this chapter 2 or literature review. Okay, in the chapter 3 is research method. In this research method, there are five. The first one is the research design, and the second one is the data research, and third is the instrument of the research, and fourth is technique data collection, and the last one is technique data analysis. And then is research design. From this research use the type of qualitative research that will describe how the observation and using English sounds in pronunciation. And the second is data researches. In the data research, the population in the study were students of SMP 27 Makassar, and the sample taken in the study were students of SMP 27 Makassar who like to listen to English songs. And then instrument of the research. This instrument of the research uh, to use this study consists of the interview, pretest, and documentation. And then technique data collection. In this technique data collection, in the study, the data collection technique that is considered appropriate, the first direct observation technique. The interview technique then provide a test of sounds production in several songs. Then the documentation technique. And then in technique data analysis, this research was conducted on December 3rd, 2021 at SMPN 27 Makassar. This action was carried out the first grade student of SMP 27 Makassar. The class is the first graduate in junior high school, which consists of three students who like to listen to English songs. And the classroom in this classroom, action research was conducted to find out whether English pronunciation is improved through listening to English songs. And the pretest is implementation tryout to the three students to listen one English words and repeat the song's lyric without the tone. And then in chapter 4, in this chapter 4, there are result and discussion. This chapter, I'm going to explain all of you about result and discussion from this research. This result and discussion, there are interview and pretest and documentation. Okay, in this steps interview. This interview, you can look this slide. There are 9 questions from this interview in this research. Example from this question is do you like to sing along or imitate singer when listening to English songs? And the third from this student, everyone answered yes. And the next I ask for they do you like music or songs? And everyone, and for this from these three students, everyone answer yes, they like music. And then discussion. This discussion from the interview. Based on the interview table above, it turns out that one of the indicator in improving English pronunciation is the use of music application media. This was relieved by one of the class, the first graduate in junior schools, but with the music application media. This was relieved by one of the class, the first graduate in junior schools, namely Aksanul Khalik, that he used the jokes application to listen music because for according to he the students, because the application also provide lyrics so that the he could sing along with English songs with the correct pronunciation. Students are more inclined to use music media to improve pronunciation, and there are to have and to find out the uh, very much vocabulary and from the pronunciation is good. And this indicated by question number 8 that do you feel that your English pronunciation is better after listening to songs? And so I can conclude the English songs have an important role in the development of vocabulary pronunciation in students, including teenagers. And the second is pretest. This pretest, the first two, the first is prepare the material to be carried out, namely the lyric script of songs. The songs that will be performed are At My Worst by Pink Sweets. I think these songs very viral in application TikTok. And then the second step up in the second setup, tools such as telephones to record student voice and observation sheet. The test is a sound production test. Sound production test contains a list of the words of the lyric of the songs to be played, and they have almost 10 words to say. The criteria for success is that the student's pronunciation reaches and the criteria. Uh, as for the criteria, namely being able to pronunciation words correctly without giving a tone like the songs in original. In the first test, the researchers presented the lyric of the songs At My Worst by Pink Sweet's songs. And then discussion. In this discussion for the from the pretest, based on the pretest, the step in the test, the respondent is asked to read the script of the song's lyric above without following the tone. This is so that researchers can easily find out how successful English songs are in improving English pronunciation in children. Based on the test result, it turns out the pronunciation is very word is almost correctly pronounced without following the tone. So, in the last chapter in chapter 5 is conclusion. Uh, this is a chapter from the conclusion for my research, my proposal research. Okay, from the conclusion in my proposal research or my research proposal, based on the research and findings above, it can be concluded that using sounds, learning English is an effective tool in improving pronunciation. The enthusiasm generated by the songs will ensure that students not only remember the meaning but also remember it also able the to pronunciation and spells word and phrase correctly. If students are treated to songs that like learning is more meaningful probably because they can also find and listen to music outside of the classroom. From this result of the survey show that students are interested and motivated to improve their English skills when applying English songs in learning. Songs will make learning more relaxed and conducive environment to students, and as a result students are more enthusiastic to learn English using songs. The use of the songs has the aim of teaching language effectively and efficiently. And I think songs could be carefully selected to suit student ability, and the lyric must be clear, and the vocabulary in the songs must in accordance with the ability level of students. So guys, I think that's all for my presentation about my research proposal. I think it's very so far from the excellent. I hope you are all of you understand for my presentation, and thanks for your attention, and thanks for to watching this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.